the Martha Zoller Show. It is always great to be here and talk. I had to come home a little bit early from the RNC, so we're doing the RNC from Gainesville. And joining me right now is Alice Johnson. You might remember Alice from President Trump pardoning her in, I believe it was 2018. And she has really done great things since then. Alice Johnson, welcome to the program.
Martha, good morning. Glad to be on today.
So tell me a little bit about what that feeling was when you found out for the first time you were going to be pardoned.
Martha, the first thing that happened, I received a commutation of my sentence. And then 2 years later, I received a full pardon on 8/28. And Romans 8:28 was one of my favorite scriptures, that all things work together for the good for those who love God and are the called according to his purpose. But in 2018, when I received that call, Kim Kardashian is the one who told me that I could go home. The president was the one who told her first, and I had the privilege of her being the one to let me know that. It was like the weight of 21 years just lifted up off my back. And I've said before, I didn't know I could jump so high. I was screaming, I was crying, everything was running through my mind that this is finally over, that I'm about to rejoin my family. It was so surreal. I was like, I'm looking at myself out of body, seeing myself, hearing these words. Can this truly be true? Because I've had so many false starts, and it took me just a few seconds for everything to sink in, and then I started jumping and screaming and praising God, and I could hear the women praising God with me. They were in the other in their cells, and on the other there was a door that was separated. And I was in the hallway. The counselor had brought me in to be able to go into their office to take the call. But it was wonderful, and at the same time, leaving all the women behind who had become family to me. There was heaviness with that. It was a mixture of tears and laughter.
So you spent 21 years in prison.
Yes, yes.
You were convicted on conspiracy to possess cocaine and attempted possession of cocaine. That must have hit you. I mean, I don't know how you get over losing 21 years of your life, but it sounds like, you always knew you were innocent, and so you were ready, right?
I was ready. I always knew that the things that they accused me of was extreme and just crazy. I was found guilty of attempted possession based upon the testimony of individuals who themselves were facing long sentences. I didn't even know almost everyone who testified, I didn't even know them. I was offered a very low sentence if I would take a plea, but before then I was offered no time, just testify. But because I'd never met these individuals, I couldn't testify against someone I didn't know. They can even point me out in the courtroom during the trial. My lawyer encouraged me to go to trial. Then right before the trial was over, I was offered 3 years to take a plea going into the trial. I'm sorry, right before it started. My attorney said, don't do it. Where's the money? Where's the drugs? They were labeling me a queen pin. I said, if I'm a queen pin, I'm the worst in history, because everyone who was locked up had things that they seized. I only had $500 in the bank. I was living in a house that wasn't even $100,000, a regular Mazda car. Everything I lost. My children lost their home. I was even behind on my house payments. So I had nothing that they could seize. He kept saying, where's the beef? So I'm thinking that if I go to trial, I believed in the justice system, that I could prove they didn't have anything, in terms of drugs. So it couldn't be possession. It had to be attempted possession. But I decided I'm not going to allow I'm not gonna allow this to shape who I am as an individual. I came from a very strong Christian family, And my mother, God rest her soul, the one big piece of advice she gave me that stayed with me is don't forget who you are. Don't let them change you. Don't conform. Don't conform. Don't compromise who you are to fit in. And I did not do that. And I held on to my faith that one day somebody was going to see it. And honestly, while there, I led so many people to Christ through the plays that I wrote. I became a playwright. I wrote mainly faith-based plays. One of the biggest productions I wrote was The Life and Passion of Jesus Christ. And when I would select the person who would portray Jesus, they would be any nationality, because I wanted people to know that just as Mary was carrying this holy thing, she was carrying him. That's what we carry now when we are believers.
Alice, you said of President Trump that he saw you as a person, and you've gone on to have a great relationship, not only with him but with his family.
Yes. Yes, well, he saw me as a person. In fact, Martha, when he went to his first debate in 2020, I was on Air Force One with him and his family. I've gone to the White House many times, and we've talked. I've talked to him about the cases of others who have been justice impacted, and he listened to me. He's even had tears in his eyes as I've told him about what this has done to destroy their family, because when one person goes to prison, the entire family, I'm sorry, not the entire person, but the family go with them. My family did every day of that 21 years, 7 months, and 6 days with me. And one of the things, Martha, when I was in prison, is I never asked a woman why you're here. I didn't need to know about their past. I needed to know the person right now who I'm engaging with. And that's how I felt with President Trump. We got along so good because he respected me. I fully respected him. And we laughed, we talked, but my main mission was to uplift those who've been left behind, who were deserving of their freedom, and fight, and as he say, fight for those who needed to be reconnected with their families, who had proven there were no safety risks.
And it sounds like you looked at that 21 years as part of God's plan, because you
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's why you can deal with it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll say this: God did not put me there. He used me there. He used me there. He used me mightily there in that prison, not only with the women who were incarcerated, but also with the staff. My story, Martha, is truly a Joseph story. I'm the daughter of sharecroppers who through perseverance, like I'm going to say almost like a J.D. Vance, not quite, but we were sharecroppers in Mississippi. And my family of faith, my family persevered. All of my sisters and my one brother, they're college educated. We believe no one has been, I'm the only one who has experienced this, but I believe I was the one who was tough enough to go through this and come out on the other side.
You have an amazing attitude, and that's got to, what's the old saying, it's mostly life is, 10% how you make it, 90% how you take it, because it is how you take things. Now, you mentioned that Kim Kardashian was involved, and she was the one that first brought the case to President Trump. And a lot of people roll their eyes when they hear Kim Kardashian, but she's a very successful woman. Was that surprising that she got involved in your case in the beginning?
Martha, I didn't even know who Kim Kardashian was. While I was in prison, I started speaking on different platforms. As I say, I had so much favor with the keeper of the prison, with the warden, with the staff. I started speaking on venues. I spoke at Yale University, the University of Washington, D.C., New York University, Hunter's College, Googling YouTube platforms inside the prison as a prisoner. And someone heard me speak, and they reached out and wanted to know if I could do a video op-ed. I did it. It went viral, and I also didn't know what viral meant because there was no
You'd been
internet.
in prison. Yeah.
Yeah, so when they said that it's gone viral, I thought I had introduced the virus into the internet. And someone who Kim Kardashian follows retweeted it, and she said she saw it and she tweeted out, "This is so unfair." And once it
Wow.
worked for me.
Alice Johnson, we are up against a hard break, and you know what? I could talk to you all day, honey. I appreciate you, and you know what? You are a blessing to the people around you and to this world, and we appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ma, for having me on. God bless you, and God bless America.
Thank you.